Hi Virgo, welcome to Elle's House of Tarot. I hope everyone's had a lovely weekend. For those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope that you are starting to feel some nice warm weather. I know that I am down here in the desert. So today we are just going to do some love messages. So we're just going to see whatever it is that Spirit wants you to know around love. It is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So if your sun sign doesn't resonate, you can come back throughout the week to check the other placements in your chart. And if you would like a personal reading, you can book one by sending an email to ellshouseoftarot@gmail.com. The weekly tarot schedule and my email are down in the description box. All right, so let's just get some overall energy around love for Virgo. So Spirit, what is Virgo's overall energy around love right now? And it's a general reading, so make sure you're only taking the messages that resonate for you and leave the rest. I did no communication readings last week, so if you're in a situation like that, you can find those readings in my playlists. Whoops. All my readings are intended to be timeless, so if you ever come across a title that catches your eye and it resonates, that's when you were meant to see that message. All right. One more for Virgos. There we go. Just letting me get my spiel. Okay. So we have Know Your Worth. We have Find a Balance and Lighten Up. Oh, my serious Virgos. Okay. So Virgo. I feel like this message is going to apply to Virgos that are in a relationship. Okay. I feel like, of course it doesn't if you're single and the way the messages comes out resonate for you, or maybe the way that relationships have been for you, that's fine as well. But it just feels like this is for somebody who's currently in a relationship. Okay. So I feel like the person that you're with might take advantage of you just a little bit. And I think that you are a little bit too giving. Okay? And this is not necessarily a bad thing, but the person just isn't giving back to you as equally. Okay? So if you look in this card, we have the guy, we have the scales there. It looks like a person has the scales on their shoulders here. And I feel like you're carrying the major weight of this connection. And it's not that the other person is unwilling to give or to find that balance within the relationship. It's just that that's just what the dynamic has been, and you haven't requested more balance. You haven't requested more give from this person, and you've just been the one giving. And I don't think they've been taking because they're selfish or greedy. That's just how the dynamic has gone. Okay, so I feel like if you have a conversation with this person and you tell them, I would like a little bit more from you in these aspects or in these ways, I feel for the vast majority of you, your person is going to reciprocate and be receptive to that conversation. For those of you that aren't, it's up to you what you want to do from there. But I feel like the conversation is definitely important. And then we have Lighten Up, and I feel like that's lightening the load to where your person is giving equally. But also I think once you have this conversation and you kind of get your needs out to your person, and if they reciprocate, you're not going to take the relationship as seriously. You're not going to see every little thing as heavy as you currently are seeing things. You're just going to feel lighter overall. So let's get into some tarot here. And if you're not currently in a relationship, this could be what happens to you typically in a relationship. You are the one that's giving too much. You let somebody take a little bit too much. So it's just something to keep in mind for the next time you get into a relationship. Just making sure that things are balanced and that you don't let that dynamic come through, or at least you're open about it. All right, so what else does Virgo need to know right now about love and around this reading? So we have the Knight of Coins in the reverse, We have the World. And we have the Three of Coins. See, this is what I was just talking about. These are my new cards. Oh my gosh, look how pretty they are. So, Knight of Coins in the reverse. This is you not knowing your worth or giving too much, okay? Because the Knight of Coins is generous, but also slow and steady and balanced. Right now, you're not balanced in this connection because you're not balanced within self. So this, I feel, is you giving a little bit too much. And then some of you may also have come to a point where you've just put up a wall and stopped giving because you feel like you're being taken from too much. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be passive aggressive or do this from a place of upset. We want to have, like, you know, an open conversation. Okay? So make sure you're just not giving away too many of your pentacles. Know your worth. You owe some energy to yourself, and you are valuable to receive from your person. And then once you find this balance, you guys have this conversation and the relationship dynamic changes, you're on to a whole new phase. The way things were in the past are going to change completely, and I feel like the entire relationship is going to be reshaped for those of you where your person is receptive. And then this is exactly what the Three of Coins is about, working together with somebody, working cohesively. It's equally balanced. And a lot of people will see this card as masculine energy, feminine energy, and source coming together. Everybody's giving equally. Everybody is contributing. And once the relationship is balanced and giving equally, and look, we have Six of Swords on the bottom here, so that's transition. We're moving across the river here. But once everybody is giving equally and the relationship is more balanced and that weight is lifted off of you, you will feel lighter. You're gonna lighten up. The relationship won't seem so serious to you. It's not that the relationship is not serious, it's just more like you guys will have more fun. And you won't take everything so seriously. So why is the Knight of Coins in the reverse here? Ace of Cups. You want to approach this connection from a different angle. I believe that you really like this person. This person really likes you. There could even be love there already. But we just want to start over. It's like you were almost like trying to impress them in the beginning, so you just gave and gave and gave, and they received. Not in a selfish way for the vast majority of you, but you're like, okay, we need to scratch and start over again. Because I am worthy of receiving from you as much as I give to you. And why is the World here? See? You have the Fool. You guys are going to embark a whole new journey. I feel like the relationship is basically going to reset and start over, which is basically this is the 0, this is a 1, and that's what's going to happen after you have this conversation. Why is the Three of Coins? It's like you guys have this soul tie. You are connected. It feels really good, but it just, you got off on the wrong foot. See? Six of Wands. Victory and success is ahead. Once you guys get this connection balanced, once you are more open with your feelings, your wants, and your needs, and things are going to start to move ahead for you. Things are going to transition, as I was saying, with the Six of Swords on the bottom here. All right, so let's get a little bit more. All right, so what will come next for Virgo after this conversation? See? Oh. One more, please. Interesting. Same thing happened in Taurus. I got the first two cards, and the last two came out together. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Two of Swords came out with the Chariot. Okay. On the bottom, we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So what's next is this direct communication. The Queen of Swords is very honest and she speaks directly. Okay, sometimes she's a little bit harsh for my personal taste. She can be very blunt. But the point is, you know your worth, you know what you deserve, you know that you should be receiving as much as you're giving. So that's what's going to happen here with this conversation. Now, for some of you, your person is not going to be receptive. and you may need to cut them out and move on to something else to find a better balanced connection. But that's not what I'm getting as the strongest message. I feel like the strongest message is that your person is going to want to work with you here. And this cutting out could be the negative behavior, the taking too much and not giving. So it could just be the behavior patterns and the current dynamic, because here we have a reset with the Ace and the Fool, the Ace of Cups and the Fool, and then of course the World, where it's a new phase, the next chapter. So the cutting out could just be the old dynamic and moving forward into the new dynamic. So we have the Page of Cups here. This is the love starting to finally blossom and grow. I think you guys have kind of been stuck in Page of Cups because the relationship was unbalanced. We have Two of Swords with the Chariot. There's some sort of decision that needs to be made. I feel like that decision is from your person, whether they or not, they are going to be receptive to the conversation and move forward with change. Okay, so some of them might be a little bit caught off guard. Some of them might shut down a little bit, but ultimately we have the Chariot. So it's not going to be stuck in indecision for long. They might feel a little bit hurt because they might not realize that that's what's happening. So it might put them in a little bit of like they might shut down. But like I said, it feels momentary because the Chariot's here. Okay. Two of Swords is stuck. The Chariot is fast forward movement. So they can't be stuck for very long. They just might have an initial like shock of, I can't believe I was doing that. And it might take them a minute to like catch their breath there. But again, the Chariot is going to, they're not going to be stuck for very long. They're not going to feel that way for long. Why is the Queen of Swords here for what's coming next after this conversation? Four of Swords. There's the healing. Okay, you guys might need it. Like I said, there's this little bit of stuck energy. You might take a break. The person might just be hurt and need some time to retreat. But for most of them, they are going to go into healing. You are going to go into healing. This very direct conversation is going to be healing. You don't have to be as harsh as the Queen of Swords, but just getting your feelings out and saying what's on your mind is going to be healing. Why is the Page of Cups here? Yeah, see? We have the Eight of Cups in reverse with the King of Swords. Eight of Cups in reverse is trying again. This is where you're going to go back and try again. But we're doing it from a different place. We're doing it from a place of truth. Everyone is getting the truth out, their feelings out, how they really feel, what's really on their mind, how this dynamic is actually affecting them and making them feel. So we're resetting from a place of truth and trying again, because we're going to heal from this conversation. Why is the Two of Swords here with the Chariot? And then we have the Page of Swords. Lots of swords in this bottom row here. So what it feels like is you guys are going to sit down and have this kind of intense conversation where you're very open about how you're feeling and how this dynamic is affecting you. Your person is going to be a little bit shell-shocked because I don't think that they realize that this is what's happening. There is no malicious energy here. Okay, I feel like your person feels very happy to be in this connection with you. They enjoy spending time with you. They see a good future with you, but they just are having this little bit of a blind spot to how you're feeling right now. So we have these two pages because we're resetting with this Ace of Cups and this Fool and the new phase here with the World. So we're starting out slow. More small offers of love when we try again from a place of truth. Learning how to be truthful and honest and just starting slow and like kind of blossoming and growing it very slowly. They're going to kind of move out of this stuck Two of Swords energy, and the more honest you guys are with each other, the more open you are with each other, the faster things are going to start to move along. Like it feels like you guys are kind of stalled out. Like everything is good, but you're stalled. The relationship isn't growing or evolving because you haven't had this conversation. So you're going to tell them how you feel, how this dynamic is affecting you. Your person might feel a little bit hurt because they didn't realize what was happening. And then you're going to start over. And it's learning to be honest. It's learning to speak the truth for them to be more loving and giving towards you. Eight of Wands in the reverse is kind of a slower or like a buildup of energy, which is what it feels like with a Chariot. I feel like this is going to be like, I think the relationship, like I said, has kind of leveled out. You kind of haven't really been growing or expanding. And after this, things are going to move a little slow at first, and then things are going to take off. You guys are really going to grow. The relationship is going to expand. You're really going to start getting to know each other at a more deep, intimate level, and it's going to evolve very quickly. So let's get a final word of advice here for Virgo around the reading. Can we get a final word of advice here for Virgo? Okay, we'll take the Panda. Create a sacred space for yourself in your home and or work of place. I feel like this is going to be a hard conversation. And I feel like the time between having the conversation and the time that your person apologizes and starts changing their behavior is going to need some healing with this Four of Swords. So you might need to have a space where you can go meditate, you can journal, and it's not really creating a literal space, though many of you can do that, and that's, you know, perfectly fine and maybe necessary, but it's just taking that time out to heal, to understand why you're feeling this way, to journal, to meditate, to do yoga, just sit quietly so that you are not letting this, what's going to be a probably intense conversation, overwhelm you, and so that you actually can heal whatever it is you guys talk about. Because your person wants to move forward with this Chariot. They want to work with you. They want victory and success. They want the relationship to be light and happy. But I just don't think a lot of them realize what they're doing or how this dynamic is affecting you. And so when they might, like I said, with this Two of Swords, they might retreat a little bit. And during that time that they do retreat, just go into a deep state of healing. Let them process their feelings. Yeah, it's even Queen of Coins on the bottom. Very loving, nurturing, not on the bottom, but underneath this Eight of Wands. They wanted me to show it. So the Queen of Coins is a wife. She's a mother. She's very nurturing and loving. And I think that's going to be the result here for most of you. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. Thanks for watching. If it resonated, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.